I mean, my grandmother, she's 92 and she's still with us up there in Muskegon. It is a blessing. She was at the top of her class, coming out of high school. And, she wanted to pursue the medical profession. She wanted to be a doctor. She wanted to be the head nurse. She was denied those opportunities even with scoring top tier out of her class strictly based on skin color. And honestly, we haven't got that far away from that.
Right.
So when people are talking about, everybody pull yourself up from your bootstraps, I agree. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things that I would impart with the younger generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, everybody coming up, if you think you got something coming, you don't. You know what I mean? Despite the history, despite all that we've gone through, there's no free lunches out here. And in fact, in the 48 Laws of Power, it tells you despise the free lunch, right?
Yeah.
So we don't got anything coming. You're not entitled to anything.
Sure.
And nobody is sympathetic anymore to all those great obstacles that we've gone through historically as a people. In our champagne and in your store. And the reason why we're allowed to call it champagne is because the vineyard, by the way, where our spirits, where our bubbly comes from, is over 100 years old. So that's why when you go to Meyer, it says Motu Vigier Champagne. Yeah. So Motu is growing. We got an amazing team. Shout out to Super Dre.
I got something new. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no. So we got to shout out Andrea, Super Dre
Dre
Wallace. She's a techie. She's an entrepreneur. She's
DJ.
a boss. She's everybody's
DJ.
boss. And she's one of the greatest DJs to ever do it.
Shout out Super.
Put roots down in the state of Michigan. You got to get her on here. But she's our business partner in that. And yeah, man, we put together the dream team and we've been working it. And all businesses have their ups and downs, but the alcohol has been extremely consistent for us.
Yeah. Don't y'all got something coming up August 1st or something?
Yeah, coming up in August, we're doing the grand opening of Motu Lakeshore Wine Bar and Prohibition, and I'm excited about that one, man. So we're naming it's not our newest bar, but we're naming that bar after our spirits company.
Fire.
And it feels good to do that. You can see Lake Muskegon from our building. We are buying our building, man. It's going to be the biggest real estate purchase that I've been involved with, and it's exciting, man. Because
Shout out to that, man.
Muskegon is growing by leaps and bounds, man. There's a $350 million project, Adelaide Point, that's around the corner from us. There's a $500 million project, the Shaw Walker, that John Rooks from here is doing. He's a big real estate investor holder here in Grand Rapids, but he's redeveloping this whole old factory that's right directly up the street from us. You know what I mean? Like a 3-minute walk.
This is like downtown?
This is all downtown Muskegon.
Nice.
Muskegon is the last real waterfront opportunity in the state of Michigan.
Right. Detroit.
Yeah. Well, in Detroit is like semi-waterfront, but Grand Haven waterfront. Right. Like the ones that are really on the lake. Detroit is like us; they got a river going.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you got the lakes over here that are kind of ancillary. But when I say waterfront, maybe Port Huron is more of one, but there's very few ones where you have the Great Lakes like in your city.
Right, I see what you mean.
And Lake Muskegon is a tributary right into Lake Michigan. And so the development that you're going to see going into Muskegon, man, is going to be mind-blowing. And what I really just want is for people from Muskegon to be thinking about that and to take advantage of those opportunities before it's gentrified like uptown where I grew up at. Wealthy Street is gone now. Bridge Street is gone now. And now you got to pay premium price to be in those areas. And so, trying to get in there first, trying to think about what's the up-and-coming and emerging opportunity, I think that's something that I would also encourage young people to be into. But yeah, man, that's we're excited about that, man, and doing that with the Muskegon community and just bringing the vibes there. Yeah.
Man, you just said something that I was about to go down the business line, but now I got to talk about gentrification.
Yeah, for sure.
So I used to get my hair cut on Madison and Hall, right on the corner. And I'll never forget, a couple years back, first time I saw a Caucasian lady just walking her dog in her little jogging pants down the street, man.
Yeah, looking good while she was doing it.
Crazy, right? Like, what are your views on, like, what's happening to our city from that standpoint of gentrification?
We had the opportunity, though, man. Even, like I tell some of my friends that were big dogs in the drug game, in the 90s, we had our opportunity. We had money. It was money in our pockets. And we didn't buy the neighborhood up, and invest in other things to be able to own where we spill blood, sweat, and tears at. Yeah. And so it's that part saddens me, because we often talk about what happened to us and who did what to us, and like what the white man won't let us do and the white woman won't let us do. And honestly, man, it's over for all that. You know what I mean? The real philosophy has to be, what are you going to do regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the racism.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, nobody has any handouts for you. Yes, my great-grandmother was denied some opportunities because of the color of her skin. There's trauma there. If you have trauma, get some therapy. But I'm going to tell you what, if you don't go out here and hustle and fight and be smart and be strategic and prepare your kids for making and creating your own opportunities, you're going to fail. And so that's how I feel about that. It's like, you know, we sat there and watched all this real estate leading into downtown, and what were we having there? You know what I mean? We were having, you know, crack houses and all, and that's not everybody, because we had grandparents and parents who were there who held that property, and the neighborhoods just got tough, and I understand it. It got untenable. You know what I mean? My mom, eventually, we moved off the block that we were on because they thought things were going to get worse, you know, and so, you know, by time probably me and you met, you know, we were in Ottawa Hills, close to East Grand Rapids, you know what I mean? We did that when I was in high school, because she was concerned about, you know, how things were going on in the neighborhood, and things were getting real in the neighborhood, had been getting real, you know, in the neighborhood. I tell some of my older friends, like my big bro Rodney Brown, who's a scholar at GRPS, you know, I tell him, I don't even remember the community. I don't remember the community at all before the crack impact, bro. So we've been through a lot, but still nobody cares, bro. Like, you know, you have all these other communities that have been through traumatic things too, and everybody has their own struggles. I'm watching people, my brothers and sisters from the Hispanic community, come here right now with nothing and build Little Mexico right in front of us. I mean, shout out to Guillermo and what he's doing with the West Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You know, it's not a problem. He's empowering his people. He's advocating for businesses. He's connecting them with banks. But, like, they're starting off by circulating their dollar in the community, you know what I mean, 6 to 8 times before it even leaves. They'll go right to that grocery store before they go to Meijer, and that grocery store might have a higher premium on it.
For sure.
So it's time for us to, like, I mean, at some point we have to have an epiphany, a revelation, that regardless of whether somebody has their hand in our pocket or not, we're going to either have to get rid of those pants and cut and sew our own pants, you know, or get everybody's hand out of our pocket and build a self-sustaining thing. One or the other, but you got nothing coming to you but what you're willing to work for, what you're willing to bleed for, what you're willing to hustle for.
Yeah, I just gotta say, you just put my mind on a whole other thing. But Jerry Bishop, one of the only people I know that still, that man has not left that crib. I think he said he don't had his spot since like 90s. 394, something like that, and he right in a good area,
right in the neighborhood.
That real estate value has skyrocketed. Man. One of my partners, I won't put his business out, but he came back and bought his childhood home. Nice.
And yeah, man, he sold that thing for a cool $400,000. You know what I mean, on the block that we used to we grew up on, or whatever, the block we used to run around in diapers on. And yeah, man, he's just brilliant moves, man. And so we had every opportunity. And so we need to be looking at the neighborhoods like the Black Hills right now and the other neighborhoods that are still Grand Rapids and invest there and try to maintain the diversity.
They about to start moving. Right?
Yeah, because it's just moving all the way around. So, like, identifying the next opportunity. Why are we looking so much at the past? Why aren't we looking at the future?
So,
how risky business and us can, you know what I mean, put our heads together, put our resources in the pot, and invest together on that next neighborhood and develop it ourselves. Right. And I think you're starting to see people move like that. Man, you know, I want to take, on this podcast, as some entrepreneur, like what Gonzo and Mikey Buxton are doing. It's amazing,
shout out
man.
Lotus Spud.
They're in their neighborhood, their stomping grounds, blood, sweat, and tears out there, all the trials and tribulations. And you know, they're owning buildings and starting restaurants in their community, franchises. They're building up, you know, the community in an amazing way.
Yes.
Chris Sane, another one, man.
Shout
Like
out Chris
he's
Sane.
making his rounds right now.
Yes,
it's
he
like
going
reality.
crazy with
That's
it,
the
man.
reality TV I watch.
I saw what you posted. I didn't see it on his. I saw it in your story. He's talking about how he invested in Bitcoin. It's
Come
like
on, man.
2.5 or something. I was like, what?
Bro, the man, when we went to Ottawa together, you know what I mean? He's older than me.
Did y'all graduate together?
No, he's older than me, but
He's
you know
older,
what I'm saying?
okay.
That's bro, man.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
I've always been loved. His family is respect. Shout to Preston. But, like, what Chris is doing is just on another level, man. He's showing you how you can make your money work for you in real time. Yes. That's legendary, man. Yes. He's not sitting back thinking about what corporate America didn't do to him. He's not complaining about how he worked his way up in the ranks at CC. You don't hear any complaining from that man. He was an author before this. He was a highly educated and a graduate from Michigan State.
Walk on at Michigan State for the football team.
Yeah, man. And he was a legend in football at the O. Like, he had us in positions at Ottawa to win. You know what I mean? Every game. And we didn't have all the horses. We had him and Dave, but yeah, what Chris is doing is nothing short of amazing. And that's another thing, man.
Shout out Chris.
You guys gotta let the people know this. In our community, competition is a good thing. It's healthy to compete, but we compete on some very unhealthy levels.
100%.
We need to be able to acknowledge the work of other podcasts. We need to be able to acknowledge the work of other entrepreneurs. Why are we tearing each other down so much, or preying on the downfall of others? There's an unhealthy aspect to the competition around here. Like, there can't be more than one spirits company. You can support Motu Vijay Spirits and Stock the Bar.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You can support Tom Walker's, all his franchises, and Lotus Spud. There's opportunity for all of us here in a city like Grand Rapids, and there's opportunity for all of us out here in the world. And so some of the entrepreneurs that are just taking things to another level, I got to acknowledge them, man. Younger generation cat who's really killing it. That boy Vince, bro. Irie Kitchen, baby.
Yeah, shout out Don, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Don. Killing it.
That's my brother right there. Like,
I just ran into him in East Town the other day. Yeah, that's amazing.
He doesn't even, like, the stuff that impacts other entrepreneurs or that people are worried about. I just love his confidence, man.
Yes, he don't. It's just like, and he's very humble with it too. That's what I love. Like, he don't act too big. I seen him, man. What's up, man? He just, chilling. But when it comes to that business, he get down.
He is he's a master at it.
Yep.
And he speaks the language, and he's authentically himself. Mm-hmm. Somebody who's been a big influence to me, though, I gotta go. My business partner, Jamil Robinson. Hey, man, Jamil Robinson is one of the most brilliant people in all of West Michigan. Mm-hmm. He's methodical. He's a tactician when it comes to business. He's a strategist, and he's an operations guy. And you asked about like how I'm able to manage some of these different things that I'm involved with. I'm a visionary. I know how to sell stuff. I know the appropriate partnerships, and how to make things look and feel, and give you that vibe, and like make you want to come back for it. Mm-hmm. Make you like, that time that Jelks had the GRUSA brunch, you know what I mean, at the new Hotel Mertens, you're gonna remember that one forever. You know what I mean? Like, it was legendary. But when it comes to the day-to-day operations, the grind, the consistency that it takes to make businesses go, I don't think I know anybody better than Jamil Robinson. Mm-hmm. And so what he's doing with the black business ecosystem, with Grand Rapids area black businesses, has been nothing short of it's revolutionary, man.
Like Steve Jobs and Wozniak.
That's a fact, man. You know what I mean? Avon and Stringer Bell, however we want to go. We everybody has their spiritual gifts and the things that they bring to the table. So, yeah.
Why do you, to kind of back up a little bit? Yeah. It's funny because you was talking about, first of all, the hip hop awards, which we'll get to. Yeah. But when we walked in, we was talking about. He's like, I can't see nobody else winning pie, but Stu. We said at the same time. we said Street Soldiers and the Goats. Like sure. I love the Goats podcast. So and Street Soldiers, that's people. So yeah. Why do you feel like in the black community we struggle? We, like you said, the competition, but we struggle to see the I can win and so can you,
Yeah.
even though we're in the same lane.
It's just scarcity, man. It's that city within the city that Todd Robinson wrote about, and my dad actually wrote African Americans in the Furniture City. So Todd Robinson's book picks up where my dad's book left off. My dad wrote that in like 2005, 2006, and that was the first history on the black community and all the civil rights struggle in the city. And then Todd's book picks up where my dad's left off.
Nice.
And now you have Vic, Governor Slugwell, and Rodney Brown doing the documentary, A City Within a City. So they're kind of picking that up and putting it in a film form. So, it's just a foundation, but it's scarcity, man. People feel like if you're doing something or you're getting something or you have a new partnership that I'm lacking or losing something. If I'm ambitious like you, as opposed to like celebrating that and saying, well, B did it this way, let me try to figure out how I can, come up the middle and establish these other partnerships. Because B's only covering the west side of Grand Rapids. Right. I can get downtown, and then, he could get the east side, Or we can all work together, or I can, change my vision a little bit and figure out how I can work with B and these other companies and build something new. Either way, there's a way to put the puzzle together. But Grand Rapids has us convinced, and I do fault a lot of the bigger businesses in town and the corporate structure and culture where they pick one black person and say, that's the person. But that's why I love the people who don't wait for permission. When Vince was starting Irie Kitchen, I met him here at Star Garden, and he wasn't asking me, he knew who I was, but he wasn't asking me or Daryl Ross for permission to do his restaurant. He comes from a long line of hustlers and visionaries and entrepreneurs. Jamaican Days, all that legacy. His family has done things. So he was just doing that, and then Start Garden got wind of that through Carbon Stories, and Vince helped build Carbon Stories. And shout out to Eric, because Eric is taking Carbon Stories out of here. Global. But yeah, Vince wasn't waiting for permission. Eric wasn't waiting for permission. And I love that about the younger generation. Sure. I think the younger generation has the opportunity to not let competition cannibalize what can be a more organized and cohesive movement of business in the city. I think older millennials, Gen X to baby boomers were all concerned about building their own fiefdoms where they were at. And oftentimes they were pit against each other. And then other times, it was a situation where you felt like you were being excluded because somebody else was having some monumental success.
Yeah, definitely saw it.
Your grandfather dealt with a lot of that. The things that he did on the record, I said this in another interview with a young cat, but your grandfather, Dean Don Williams, if it wasn't for him, we would not have that massive influx of minority students at Grand Valley. That's just one of the things he did, because he sat on the board of many banks, and it has helped to facilitate opportunities for economic development. Obviously, we see now that a center is being built, and all of that is his idea, his foundation. He worked that for years. So, we need to put that on the record and acknowledge those who have actually done something. And just we could segue that right into the Hip Hop Awards, right?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
I did want to say one more thing real quick about, I say it all the time, bro. When y'all feel like, oh, man, I got to beat this person. I got to beat this person out. When you go into the store, it's 20 different bread companies. When you go in the store, it's 20 different water bottles. It's pancake mix. Whatever you name, you can do it, bro. It ain't never too late to turn a new leaf, bro. Yeah. It's champagne. It's vodka. So?
Every opportunity.
Come on, man. Y'all thinking too small-minded, bro. I actually had a conversation with one of my dogs today, KD. He was like, man, bro, I seen you in a picture with my dog for his birthday, man. You be with everybody. Bro, I get money with everybody, bro.
Get money with everybody.
Everybody.
That's
I don't, y'all a little nuanced stuff, y'all beefing about it. How much, what time?
Yeah. Y'all gonna get some money. We're gonna get some money together, too, after this.
100%.
So, but man, so when it comes to acknowledgement, though, well, so, on the record, I'm the youngest person to win the Giant Award.
Yes, yep, I know.
Let me get dap on that, my dog.
I got to beat myself up just a little bit.
So valid.
That's what I hold on to. Like,
what year was that you won?
Man, that was 2013.
2013.
That's crazy, man.
What?
Yeah.
It's been that long?
It's been that long, man.
That's crazy.
Long time. 2013 or 2014. I don't know, the year escapes me.
I did not think it was that long ago.
I was a young son of... Somebody's going to break that record. That's happening. They're not going to let a scoundrel like myself live with that. But, you know, the Giant Awards, a big deal in our community. And my mom has one. My dad has one.
My grandfather got one.
My
grandmother got one.
Giant of Giants, you know what I'm saying? So... Yeah, man, big deal acknowledging African-American leadership in the city. And that I just always felt like that was one of those events that inspired and instilled confidence in our community, and it just felt great to see us all looking good and celebrated. And, you know, you bring your lady out there, you bring your family out there amongst the who's who for generations. And I just, to me, man, it just gives you jet propeller fuel to go out and do the work, whatever work it is, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's, you know, civic engagement, whether it's in a nonprofit, you know, or business. And I got mine for service. You know, Raymond Tardy Award. Raymond Tardy was a great leader in Grand Rapids. He's in both my dad's book and Todd's book. And so at that point, I wasn't even full-fledged in the business. All that was for the work before I started doing entrepreneurship.
The groundwork.
So...
you coming back for another one, then?
Nah. Maybe one is good, man. 140 under 40, one, you know, most powerful leaders in West Michigan, 200, man. I appreciate it all. You know, I mean, getting those things, being acknowledged at a younger age compared to most people. You know, now they starting to say I'm now. You know what I mean? now they saying I'm but historically, man, I've been the youngest at this and the youngest at that. You know, and so, man, I just really feel blessed, man, that the city acknowledged me in those ways. But more important than me getting acknowledged is the acknowledgement of other people. And the Grand Rapids Hip Hop Awards, I'm extremely excited about that. I'm excited about that and this documentary we're working on.
Get into both of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
let's get into it.
Yeah, let's start with the awards, man. I'm glad that those are coming back, man. I was actually... You know, I had never known that was you that put that on back in the day, which is crazy. But yeah, I presented at one of those shows before. But yeah, man, tell us what are we aiming for?
Yeah, well, Vic Williams is the preeminent the Grand Rapids hip hop historian, Governor Slugwell. That's my big brother. I met Vic when I was like 19, and you know he had all these different business opportunities going on around the hip hop industry. But you know, he had the idea for the awards. He was like, you know, we need to do Grand Rapids Hip Hop Awards. And how me and Vic's relationship really started is I think Rodney Brown introduced us. Rodney Brown and our friend who's a lawyer, Martin Shepard, you know what I mean, introduced us. And initially I was like, man, we got to do something big. Because I was on the front of the Grand Rapids Press. I don't know if you remember this one, but I was on the front of the Grand Rapids Press. I had
on the porch?
Yeah, we were on the block, and we had the pit bull because I told the writer I want the picture to look like the Mobb Deep album cover. So I sent her the infamous, you know what I mean, and the inside of Hell on Earth, and I said, because I'm gonna be talking about a lot of things, you know, in the neighborhood where I come from and where I'm trying to take things, and I wanted to look like, you know, a rap album cover. So you know, it was me and my cousin and DJ Head and like different folks all out on the block, and we had the pit bull out there too. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was iconic now, you know, looking back at it. And off on the heels of that, it was a lot of momentum, and they were like, "What's the kid gonna do next?" Because I'm on the front of the Grand Rapids Press, you know, and I'm in college. They came and interviewed me on the block. They came and interviewed me at my mom's house. They came and interviewed me at college, at Calvin College, and so I was like, I got to do something big. And so me and Vic did a big show called Live from the 616 at Wealthy Theater. I remember that. And Shorty Ty came home. He had been in Atlanta and moving around the country, and he came home. He's Tai Chi now, and shut it down. I mean, he had everybody from the neighborhood out there. It was 300 Wealthy boys, 300 Bemis boys. Cause you know, I grew up with a lot of the Bemis boys, and my boys were coming up now. They doing their thing, but it was people from all over the city, all the hip hoppers from around the city. And me and Vic put that together, and whoo, it was hot in there, man. We had the Nation of Islam doing security for us, so that was like, it was like, okay, you know what I mean? It's just praying that we get through this one, because at that time,
there was a lot of friction.
There was a lot of friction in the community.
What year was that again?
Man, I'm going to throw 04 at it.
Yep, I was in high school. It was a lot of... It was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on. That shit was intense, man.
Yes.
But it was a beautiful thing. Everybody came together, kept it peace. We got like 22 computers donated to Alexander School at the time, which is a big deal. Raised money, gave the money to, the appropriate causes. And me and Vic's relationship was built from there. And then, he had an idea to do the Grand Rapids Hip Hop Awards. He hadn't done it. And, I'm the young guy, with some motion, got a lot of relationships. I'm running around with the affiliates. So I've joined that, that team. And, DJ Head is my big bro. And Head is, taking over the streets and has the mixtapes completely on Smash. And, I'm knowing the key figures. And then my friends that I went to high school with, the GG boys, Phil Gates and them had the streets on fire, starting to make their first projects and stuff. So, like, everybody was everybody was rapping. Preston Sane was GC 24 Karat at that time. And Canary Yellow Cello was CYC had his campaign going. Boy, I tell you, the most charismatic dude in all of Grand Rapids. He's a gift of gab and swag and just standing for certain morals, when you come from a place and man, just everybody, so we put it together and it was wonderful, man. Especially that first one to me was a crown jewel. Man, dog, that was an era, bro. That's crazy. Yeah,
I'm thinking about just all that just flashed with boy. That was an era, dog.
Yeah, it was an era. So and so now it's like there's a new generation of MCs and there's so many talented young people who are participating in the culture, and now it's expanded. Look at what you guys are doing in media, right? We've got these people who are, really going national without getting any kind of acknowledgement and support from home. And, I'm a big guy on, hey, you don't need support from home per se to do anything. Have that tunnel vision and get it done by any means necessary. But it feels good when you do get it. And 100%. I want to see us more unified, man. It was so many people who are doing things that are amazing, that are talented, that I didn't know about. And so I said, it's time for us to give back to the culture. Now I'm in that position where I can effectively give back and empower the artists that have a voice today, and the people who I see doing things. And a lot of people inspired it, man. I've been seeing Guap Up Speedy work this hard.
My brother right there.
You know what I'm saying? This entire time.
Awesome. Crazy.
Hold it down for JD, you know what I'm saying? They made great music together, and seeing Speedy make his rounds and really become a mogul. Like, I can't even catch up to him to buy a merch drop.
For sure.
Boy,
things like that, man, that has to be acknowledged. Some of these young cats, man, they spitting. Some of these young cats, they swagging. Some of these young ladies, man, they telling you like it is, there's just really great expression that's always come out of Grand Rapids since the DeBarges, since Robert S., what I mean, since my good brother Willie the Kid, LAD, all the great ones that have gone and taken the city around the globe. So me and Vic, we just been getting in the war room and said, hey, we want to, it kind of started, we want to do a documentary because we want all the young people to know about the history, who did what, who laid what foundation. Because sometimes they say, well, there's nobody who ever came from my city who did it big. And I'm like, that's not true. It's not true. I mean, we Willie he's got records with Nas and T.I. and Lil Wayne and Gucci Mane and
Alchemist.
Yeah, and Young Jeezy and, and then we could go to Alchemist and Action Brown, all the stuff that he's done, currently. Yep. But he broke the barrier, and when he got his deal, it wasn't a 360 deal, And now we got people like, Sango and the AGO movement and what they've been able to accomplish.
Sango.
Yeah, with Waldo.
On a world tour right now.
And all that. Yeah. Yep. So they're breaking the mold now in a new way, from a different direction. And before them, it was Robert S., it was Iceman J., it was this one and that one, and like Tai Chi, Shorty Tai was one of the ones that, like, on the underground level, he was a king. When they say underground king, he defines that, when it comes to, making film, making art, Tech Togo, he defines that. So, we've got these great artists that I feel like the younger generation isn't connected to, and then equally the older generations need to be supporting the younger generations who have it now. Some people, you had your time. Some people are still doing it. Somebody like Comp, is still
going hard.
Curating at the highest level. Somebody like AB is still curating at the highest level.
Shout out AB.
Yeah, so those guys are doing it in the city, out the city, but they're keeping the lifeblood of the community going, and people know them. But they need to be celebrated too. They need to be acknowledged, and for being that foundation for these younger artists. And so bringing everybody together is what all this is about. Like, even the awards, it's cool whoever wins, but getting nominated, I think, should be everybody's goal first and foremost. It's being in the conversation is an honor. And then if you win, being humble about it, being graceful about it, but more importantly, let's all lock in and be together. Because if you're looking at what Detroit is doing now, once they start putting the East and West division down, right, and you see a Peasy being able to work with Payroll Giovanni, and when they made the one record, the Too Quick with
T Grizzly.
Yeah, with T Grizzly. But Icewear was in the video, you know what I mean? Just healing those old wounds and then being able to unify. Now they're all moving together, supporting one another's businesses. They're going up. And I see that for us. We can go up if we put together some of these petty differences. Absolutely. So that's what this is all about. It's about unity. It's not about like creating more unhealthy competition. But we know there's competition in hip hop. Like, I think your sister, she was Jay-Z, I was with Nas. You know what I'm saying? So, the competition has always been in hip hop. But you want it to come about in a healthy way to where you're seeing like Nas do Resorts World Casino, you know what I mean, with the folks that he's doing with out in Queens. And Jay's got his bid in for the Times Square Casino. You know what I mean? That's what we want to see.
Sir.
Jay,
what do you say? They playing Ether on Tidal. Brothers can do anything when they decide to.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what it's about.
Yeah, 100%.
So we bringing people together, and it's for the culture. It's about artistic expression. It's going to be lit, man. Jonathan Jelks, when I put my name to it, put my stamp on it, whether we're grand opening a business or you've been to, some of our debut for Mo2, at 21 Road Live, the party I threw at the Grand Rapids Art Museum for the Alexander McQueen exhibit this past winter. Man, it was one of those ones, man. Yeah. It was like you're not gonna see anything like it, and so I wanna apply some of those same principles to what we're gonna do with the Grand Rapids Hip Hop Awards and to this documentary. This documentary is gonna live beyond us.
Are y'all kind of dropping the documentary and the awards kind of happening around the same time, or you think the documentary gonna be later?
Documentary's gonna be like spring, summer of next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm about to say
we have a lot of people to talk to.
Yeah.
A lot of input to have, and then the editing process. And we really want that because it's not just gonna be all of the historic and the older cats talking about their experiences. We got to talk to the younger generation too.
Nice.
Yep, the people who are really doing it right now. We gotta have those conversations with y'all about what influenced you guys to create. So
yeah. As far as for the event, it's gonna be something that we can come to, watch it live. How it's gonna look?
Definitely,
it's gonna be a Wealthy
live stream. It's gonna be a Wealthy theater.
Okay.
It's only right.
How many people fit in there?
About 500.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's gonna be a movie.
Turned up for sure.
It's gonna be a movie. Tickets are gonna be going online here soon. First come, first serve on that, and the artists
y'all get them tickets.
Get your ticket in. The artists can't bring your whole entourage, man, because there wouldn't be any seats left. So it's like each artist will be able to bring the nominated artists will be able to bring one person. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe two, and that's going to be that. But we got some really great performances already lined up, and we'll be making announcements. And you got to follow our page, Grand Rapids Hip Hop. I think the page is gonna outlast and outlive even just the impact of the award. The page is already bringing everybody together and it's sharing different people.
A lot of people.
And OD. Who run that?
Yeah, I mean the page all comes from us.
Okay, fire.
Yeah. I got called
shout out to the whole to the whole crew for sharing everything too. I really appreciate that too.
Yeah. I was in this post the other day because somebody had said, I don't see nothing for producer of the year.
Yeah.
And then Jeremiah tapped in. He's like, it's the first thing I saw. I was like, well, at least they got Video Girl of the Year on there for me. Hey, whoever running that was like, all right, y'all cut off.
We're gonna definitely. There's categories that are.
I saw the one you posted today.
Yeah, and there's other categories and stuff like that. But we just want to get the excitement going because we're doing it during our prize, and September is
fire!
I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, man. Perfect timing.
I think about all the alignment.
Perfect timing.
Slugwell thinks about the alignment. Togo. So it's gonna be great, man. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Talk about, for me, the mindset of going from the young dog to now you like big bro. And you know what I'm saying, transitioning from, but
well, I don't see myself as but if y'all call me that, I will.
Right, but, I
don't see myself there.
How have you tactically changed? How has your mindset changed on how to put things together and to make things happen?
Coming up under all these alpha dogs that I did, even my dad and my mom too. My mom's a big dog, man. She's a big dog lawyer. She's vice president of the museum now, at the public museum. So she's still a big dog. My mom is forever, in the space like that. She takes up space. Her presence is felt. I always had to just carve out and create my own identity. I didn't want my dad's identity to be mine. I didn't want my mom's identity to conflict with mine or, to come before mine. I always wanted to be my own man.
Absolutely.
And I was intent on doing that. And so when it was time to transition from being little bro, I kind of was never little bro though. That's
I said young dog. I didn't say little bro.
But I was little bro and I was a young dog, but in a lot of ways I was always more advanced than a lot of the big dogs. Right. And I always would let knowledge be heard, like Jada Kiss would say, and there were certain people like Willie the Kid and others that I really looked to for guidance, and I learned to hold back in certain situations that even though I might have had the knowledge and I had credentials coming from where I come from, that wasn't applicable to every situation. Willie taught me a lot of humility and how to move in that, because when you got that fire in you and you're somebody already and you're well connected, it could be hard to, pull back sometimes. You want to just impose your will on everything.
For sure.
And you could mess up a lot of business like that. You know what I'm saying? So Willie and being in that Atlanta situation and being with DJ Drama, that's also my big bro. Like being able to move around with him. Yeah. I'm at the party with him and Lil Wayne. I really, my ideas about Lil Wayne's career, might not be the most effective in that moment. Lil Wayne has Birdman. What the fuck, Jokes? Go get us some Hennessy shots. Go get us some Patron, man. Matter of fact, Jokes, grab my bag. You know what I mean? Like, being with Drama and Will and all that taught me a lot of humility and, how to move and just service, man. Service is a way to learn too. I'm somebody in Grand Rapids. Yes, I know the mayor in Grand Rapids and the state senators, and I'm moving around like that. But in Atlanta, I'm at the low man on the totem pole, and there's nothing wrong with that when you're using that as a learning experience. But
sure.
Being the low man on the totem pole, you're not meant to stay there. So how Willie gave me opportunities to go down to the A and expose myself to black business on a high level in the entertainment industry, right? I was able to say, hey, Will, it's time to build back up here in Grand Rapids. So let's build out this business portfolio, you know what I'm saying? Let's put you with Jamil to do this, you know what I mean? Let's, make sure that you're involved with this. These different opportunities that were coming our way, especially like when we got down here to Star Garden and started becoming, architects of the entrepreneurial ecosystem, kind of as we see it. We when we got here to Star Garden, Jamil and I, it was Rick DeVos's venture capital firm, and they were reaching out to us saying where are the black businesses, where are the other businesses in the community, the smaller businesses, lifestyle and whatnot. And then we were having the same conversations with the city of Grand Rapids. And we said, no, what we need to do is come together and put all the resources together and kind of create a guide map, a road map, where if I have a tech business, do I go for mentorship? Where if I have a lifestyle business, do I get access to capital? Who are your recommended lenders? Is it Northern Initiatives? Is it Eric Foster's CDFI? There are these different entities and organizations that have support for entrepreneurship that people aren't tapping into. Let's get that organized. And so we were part of being the architect for that. Well, we're here at the venture capital firm, and we're learning from people who've done business at the highest level, and it's rubbing off on us, and they're telling us, hey, we love what you're trying to do for the ecosystem, but y'all are the ones. Y'all need to be building the businesses yourself, not just creating the entities that connect you with the opportunities. And so, it's that. And those people didn't look like us. The people who were telling us are like, yeah, we understand what your objectives are. And we know you want to help save this business or help catapult this business. But I think if Jelks, you start this business, nice. That's going to go to the next level. And then, you know, it's like the mafia, right? You know, you kick up envelopes. So I just told Willie, yo, Will, got something for you, bro. You know, you sitting there, you know, doing your raps, living a very luxurious lifestyle. Because, again, the boy Willie, he just pulled down so much paper, bro. It's just crazy. Like, that deal that he signed, he did the right thing with it. He invested it. He got into real estate. He put money in the stock market. You know,
and he's independent.
And before, when I'm saying off the major, before
okay.
Willie got one of those last deals that took things to another level. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He got a very nice deal, and then he did the right things with the money. He saved every dollar, and then he was on tour constantly for like 4 years. Him and Drama, you know, they're in Bali, they're in, you know what I'm saying, Japan, they're Munich, like, but just constantly on tour, saving money, getting checks. So I'm like, bro, it's cool that you got all this money, but we need to be making an impact at the crib. Let me tell you what I'm doing in the entrepreneurial ecosystem at the crib. I got all these business opportunities. These are some of the ones I'm gonna embark on. And I say, yo, come on this journey with me, bro. I think it'll bode well for your legacy, you know, because you don't need the money, but it's gonna be great for our community, and it'll be enriching for you and I to partner up to do some of these things. And you know, me and Jamil were already building that foundation, and bro came along for the ride. So it's like one hand washes the other. He helped me to see what it really is, because I've always seen what it really is from white people. But from black people, Atlanta showed me that. But, you know, then I was like, bro, now Michigan is ours. The whole state, that's our home. That's ours. That's our foundation. And so, you know, we got to it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Legendary shit, man.
I do want to say one more thing too. With investing in businesses, when people coming to holler at you, even if everything sound good, the ROI sound good, location sound good, is it a message that the business gotta have for you to be involved?
I mean, I think I look at more who the entrepreneur is, and do I believe that they can pull it off? You know what I mean? You gotta sell it, man. You gotta sell it. Do I believe that the idea is good, and then that this entrepreneur can make it connect? If I don't think that the entrepreneur has what it takes, I'll probably pass up on it. You know, because every opportunity isn't a good opportunity, and then every opportunity isn't a good fit for me. So I might pass up on something that I'm like, that's not in alignment with my brand. You know, that's the other part. You know, if it's just some money thrown at it, it might be different. If it's some money thrown at something, which is, you know, my ultimate goal, right? So we were talking about the long-term vision and goal is to have a venture capital firm myself, and then to be able to not only invest in high-growth businesses and industries, but to be able to invest in small, local lifestyle businesses, right? That's dope. Venture capital is where it's at, being able to get money into our own communities. That's like the missing link. And there's some people who are doing it around here. Scott Welch is doing it. Super J, man, first one from out the town to raise over $1 million for a tech business. That's a big deal opener.
Big deal.
You know? So, you know, you're seeing people get money from the VCs, but we need more VCs that can actually put some resources out into the community. I am excited about the Urban League's new grant that they got. Shout out to the county and Robert S. and, again, Victor Williams, Sidney, and Rodney on getting resources that can be deployed to entrepreneurs all throughout the city of Grand Rapids. There's about $4 or $5 million there.
Nice.
So people need to, you know, go there to the Urban League, apply, get that capital that you need to accelerate your business. But that's my goal. And so I'm always looking for the entrepreneur who's passionate about it. Young people, if they're not passionate about something, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You gotta be all in. This is cutthroat, man. Business is so hard. You don't know how many times, man, I put the house up as collateral to do something. You know what I mean? How many times I went into every account, and you know, you see all those accounts go down to negative this and that, you know, and it's like I gotta go borrow 20 grand. You know what I mean, to stay afloat because I need 150 for this. I got 130. And, you know what I mean, now I put it all in there, and I got to make a couple calls to get back right until the business gets on even ground.
For sure.
To be able to take off. those are the types of
taking risks.
Things that happens. You know, it's
real
just
risk taking.
risky business, risk taking.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, that's where it's at, man. You know,
you got to be able to put it all on the table, man. Yeah. I done been there. I done maxed out cars. I done did whatever just to make the dream come alive, bro. Because if you not doing what God put you on this earth for, bro, you wasting your own time.
And as far as we know, we got one of these to live. So
for sure.
Yo, what are we wasting time for?
Sure.
It's the urgency of now. Do it now. Like whatever, don't wait.
Don't wait.
Do it now.
So just like what AI said in the beginning, bro, the people who gonna flourish in the future is the people who don't wait, don't ask for permission, don't do, just unapologetically them, bro. That's all that matter though.
That's right.
I got two more ending off.
Yeah,
to go back to hip hop. Give me your top 5.
Top 5.
Dead or alive.
I give you top 4.
Your favorite top 5, not just the best in the industry.
Yeah, your top 5.
To me, my top 5 is the best that I ever did. So, it's synonymous. This is no order. Nas is my man, so Nas is going first. But
yes,
we can argue about the order all day. But Nas is going first. Big is going second. Jay is going fourth, and third, and then Pac
is fourth.
Yeah.
And then 5th is just ambiguous.
5th is just, man, I always just, it's because you got
I feel you.
The Rakims and the LL Cool J's and, so like, because the 80s guys, the pioneers don't really always get the respect that they deserve because they weren't in the most commercial aspect. And then, I like, Eminem's not in my top 5. He's not in my top 5.
Yeah, top 10?
Top 10. Probably top 10, top 15, somewhere like
that.
I ain't no M fan.
And actually, I'm going to add another one. Give me your top 5 influential people in the city of Grand Rapids.
Oh, man, that's too crazy. Top 5 most influential.
5 names that people need to know. Like, yo, this person.
From the community?
Yes, from the community.
Like our way or all total?
Oh, and it could trickle down too. If you name somebody like Victor Williams,
right?
Yeah, you just look into him, you gonna see everybody.
You be like, yo, you gotta know this person.
That
whatever come to mind.
That is, man. That one you have me stumped. That's the one. It's because you know what? Grand Rapids is a city of silos, so people have spheres of influence in places that we don't even talk about and discuss. It probably hasn't come up in the podcast, but it's so important to the future of Grand Rapids.
Absolutely.
There's a lady named Birgit Close, and her office used to be right across the street. You guys should look up this entity, this organization. It's called the Right Place of West Michigan.
The Right Place of West Michigan.
And they are the premier economic development entity in our region. And that lady has a lot of power, a lot of influence, a lot of say-so over a lot of elected officials. She's helped to bring businesses like, that data center that came out from Las Vegas that's in the steel case pyramid.
Yeah.
She helped to recruit businesses like that. So, you have people like her, but then you have people like Jerry Bishop who, front lines in the community and are working with young men when they come out of prison, or has a school. It's just all encompassing when it comes to grassroots Grand Rapids. Changing the game, man. Like Bishop is single-handedly doing things that, I haven't seen done before.
All right, we'll let you get it with those two. All right, you got anything in closing?
I don't think so, brother.
I just appreciate you, brother.
For sure.
We could have did this for another
Appreciate you for having us
Man,
here.
I don't want to be done.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of cutting it off because I feel like we just hit that spot.
No, I understand though, for sure.
Yeah,
Next time.
You go ahead, hit it off with the...
Yes, sir. See, every episode...
We're supposed to crack this open during, but...
I know, man. He was talking about cracking this open before the episode started, man. But every episode for the Risk Takers is sponsored by Stock the Bar Vodka, man. So, as to highlight to every risk taker on here, we like to give them a bottle, from the sponsor, man. Shout out Daryl Reese. Shout out Deborah Reese, man. Shout out Reese's and Pieces, the whole thing, bro.
Distill how many times? 7. Where you like to get it from?
I love to get it from the AC Hotel, man. And you probably can make something happen for the AC Hotel for us, man. We trying to, we trying to make something happen in there.
Nothing but a call.
Yes, Sirski, man.
Love it. Oh, in closing, we always like to ask the fellow risk takers that we're interviewing, if there's anybody they would like to nominate to be on here, if you could give us 3 to 5 people, who they are, what they do. And please, show some love to the women, please. Give us a couple names.
Sure.
Absolutely.
This is the personal invite from you, though.
You want this on camera?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
It's on camera.
My sister Andrea Super J Wallace off top has got to do this podcast.
Yeah.
She's going to be absolutely spectacular. Who else would be dynamic for this podcast? Have you guys had George Byard on this podcast? I saw that the African American Museum just secured its new home today.
Just seen that.
They're moving to the old UICA building.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about
Yep,
it.
big expansion.
Fire.
So you got relationships
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
should extend over that way. It'd be great to get him on here and talk about what they're doing with the museum. I think those are two that immediately come to mind for this podcast. I mean, building up an institution of arts and culture, man, is no easy feat. So getting George on here, how he's raised money, how he's been able to fight that good fight, and being interviewed by two younger people, it's going to mean the world to him. It'll be good for our community.
Absolutely.
Anybody from your own team?
My team, you got the whole crew. Jamil probably can't wait. To get over here.
We coming to holler.
Yeah,
Right,
he can't wait. He's getting ready to launch the Black Business headquarters.
We for sure coming to holler there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Y'all gotta see what that's all gonna be about. He's gonna have retail opportunities and office space, and
Nice.
so what he's getting ready to do with his parcel, his piece of property over there, and all the stuff that Grab is doing. Something that's really worthy to talk about. And then, Willie comes in town.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Gotta get that.
Tech Togo,
We'll go to where he at. Yeah, shout out Tech.
Yeah, shout out Tech. We definitely gonna get Tech on here.
Yeah, man.
We'll go to wherever Willie at. We'll go out there. We travel
for sure.
too, so.
He likes to do things though here at home. Though.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. So, but I want to congratulate you guys on building a platform. I think online, y'all are killing it.
Appreciate
You know what I mean? And I just want to salute you. Me and you, we've known each other forever, and I've seen you do good things and be a solid dude every step of the way.
I appreciate
And I've been watching you and seeing your charisma shine through on this podcast and on the clips, and seeing you out and about in the community, seeing how you move. Love how you're moving, brother. Really proud of you guys where you're taking it.
Appreciate
We
that.
appreciate it. Gratitude, brother.
I actually did have one more question that it came to my head. You say you've been here how long at this spot?
10 years now.
Okay, 10 years. How many times did you walk past the ambiance building and you was like, man, I gotta get this?
Man, we ain't get this shit. Oh, we gonna have to come back.
We can fill it in real quick. We can fill it in real quick.
No, but just that's a whole story.
We can fill it in. I give you the short on that, but I was here before. I'll be honest.
I know.
Yeah, I was here. That all came about from being down here.
Got you.
Yeah,
You was looking like Ghost overlooking the spot.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Long and short is, Ambiance was a beautiful opportunity. I think coming out of COVID, it was tough.
So.
And by far, man, we had the most prominent night spot in the city. In my opinion, we had all the diversity and all that good stuff. And really, man, we were let down. The city let us down. Elected officials and other folks let us down in that particular situation because. By no means was our business responsible for securing the entire neighborhood around here.
Balance.
And the unfortunate part is, that essentially blame was being assigned to us for making downtown safe when in fact a lot of downtown, wasn't safe during COVID and just, the things that was afforded to other high volume businesses weren't afforded to us. And so, it's unfortunate because some of the people that we leaned on were cowardly in their treatment of us. And then some people didn't know what was going on. And some people conveniently got amnesia and so it's disappointing when you have so much investment go into something from that perspective. An African-American business, you had 6 black men put their lives on the line, put their resources together to create something great, and then you have to make an adjustment because, the municipality can't support its business district, and so I just, I'm disgusted by it, but at the same time, it was a learning experience, and you haven't ever heard us cry about it. We take up action and deal with things as they come, and that's what we do. We're warriors, so, you guys know what that is.
Sir.
All right, man. Well,
What a way to end it.
Man, amazing episode again. Like
10
I
out of
said
10.
before, I think it's gonna be a part 2
Yeah, we're
episode.
gonna
We're gonna
split
this one up. Yes, our last 2 been like that. So we dropping gems, or should I say, the men of the hour are dropping gems. Man, women of the hour. Man, we try to bring y'all the best people. So we appreciate y'all tuning in. This is the Risk Takers. I'm your boy Chase. That's my brother.
Soloso.
And the man of the hour.
Big Jelks.
John Jelks.
If y'all made it to the end of this, man, this probably gonna be the end of the part 2. I need y'all to put Big Jelks on his latest post, man. Throw that on there, man. A bigger. I already have mad respect for you and everything that y'all whole team got going on, but just to hear it, because obviously I'm from a different era than y'all. Just to hear the back and just crazy, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
Highly admirable.
Yes, sir. We out.
Yes, sir. It's the Risk Takers, man. We gone.